write a lot about technology in the book, because if you don't have a grip on technology, you can't possibly navigate in the new environment. But technology has a light side and it has a dark side. I mean, it's really interesting that the financial crisis and the introduction of the iPhone happened at the same time, 2007. Maybe you could talk a little bit about the dark side.
Yeah, ostensibly, since the launch of the iPhone, we've become much more efficient in the way that we've communicated. And that means, for instance, we can order something online and get it this afternoon, we can swipe right to find another partner. But the reverse side of that, which we don't often talk about, is the expectation level that it creates for people living in an offline world, where they think that the offline world should behave and move as fast as the online world. And so consequently that creates a rise in conditions of impatience and anger, where people have these expectations of how a hospital should work or a school should work. And when you're dealing with people in the patient professions, those expectations are wholly unwarranted. You can't suddenly wave a wand over a sick child and get them better. And one of the things this also knocks onto, for instance, is an explosion of emotional and psychological problems amongst young children coming through, and because they're surrounded by communication. And one of the most interesting pieces of research that we did was to listen to chaplaincy at universities, and the chaplains are reporting that they've seen this explosion of kids coming in to see them, and they have no conversation, they've got plenty of communications, but the primary impact of that is that they have no ability to negotiate. They have no ability to actually resolve emotional problems, because communication that exists online is so quite frequently atomized, and so there isn't really any tone of voice or mood in that communication.
So this is one of the things leaders have to be aware of, is that we're living in a world where everyone is more interconnected, but having less actual conversation. The employees, the followers, the customers are living independently more and more. They don't even live in relationships in their home lives. So this is a different kind of management problem when everyone is so atomized and incapable of conversation.
Well, one of the other pieces of research which showed that coupled relationships, people living together, however you define it, is in decline in every age group except the over 65s. People are preferring to live on their own, and they're preferring to live an atomized lifestyle, and that's directly related to the technology about how they build those relationships elsewhere rather than face to face or under the same roof.
You could argue technology that lets you order dinner and it's delivered to your door means people stop cooking, and now a couple can each order what they want, so you lose the ability to compromise because you don't need to. Technology lets you both, one has an Indian dinner and one has a Thai dinner, and you think, fix that. But actually, what's it done for our capacity to have relationships?
Well, the other unusual thing about this is with the proliferation of channels, is that you can say to somebody, well, I sent you an email on that stuff, and they say, I didn't see it because I only received my channel is Twitter, or my channel is LinkedIn, or my channel is WhatsApp, and you now have to match the person and the message with the channel. Otherwise they're not going to see that, and those split out on different lines depending on whether they're young or old or male or female. Each of those groups has different channels that they prefer. So far from there being more communication, there's actually we can have more communication with less message receipt.
So we've got to do a lot more talking to each other.